The bull market. When is it coming? When is Bitcoin hitting 73,000, right? Seems like it's forever. But you know what? I think people are just impatient because we are only 10% away from hitting a new all-time high. That's what people don't realize. We are so close. And the fundamentals are increasing. The buying is increasing. It's just a matter of time. And let me show you. Exchange reserves dropped to a multi-year low. In fact, not just a multi-year low. It dropped to 2018 level. That is a 6-year low, not just like a 2-year low, 3-year low. A 6-year low for exchange reserves. We're going all the way back to 2018. That's significant. And this is the only cycle, or the first cycle, and the only cycle so far where the reserves are going down. Okay, every cycle before, the reserves have been going up for Bitcoin. This is the only one that we're going through where the reserves are going down. So that is significant. As we move forward, that will be very significant because we know it's all about supply and demand. Demand goes up, supply goes down. That's how the price goes up. This will be the only one where the supply is low already and getting even lower. And of course, the demand continues to go up. The ETF inflows continue to grow and grow. Fastest growing ETFs in history. IBIT is the fastest in history, and the others are not too far behind. Yesterday, guess who? Guess who bought $400 million worth of Bitcoin? That's right, BlackRock. Yesterday was actually a slow inflow day for majority of the fund makers, or fund issuers, I should say, but not BlackRock. I mean, that's actually staggering. Yesterday, for the most part, everyone else was in the teens. 15, 13, 12, okay. You know, you could see everyone was in teens except BlackRock. Boom. 400 million, which actually made yesterday quite good. 460 million. So again, you add 4 days, that's $1.5 billion in 4 days. That's quite massive. Again, the price might not reflect it right away. It might not reflect it at all, but this is going to have effect. Okay, when you take Bitcoin out of circulation, it's going to have effect. Unlike the opposite. Unlike when the US government or the European governments dump more money into circulation, you may not notice it right away, but over time, you notice how things get more expensive, right? Over time, inflation takes its toll. That's why you get robbed of your purchasing power when governments around the world keep on inflating their currency, right? But this is the opposite. This is taking away from the supply. So you may not notice it right away, but over time, you're going to notice Bitcoin get more and more expensive because there's less and less of it to purchase, right? So it's going to have an effect, but keep in mind, we're talking about billions upon billions of dollars being removed right now. We're not talking about just like $1 million here and there. This is billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin being removed, and there's only so many that's out there. There's not that many circulating. That's what people don't understand. And this is just from the US-based ETFs. This is not even retail coming in. And this is not counting the ETFs from around the world. And this is not counting the countries themselves DCAing. or even the Michael Saylors of the world, or even the billionaires of the world purchasing themselves. This is just the institutions, right? So you guys need to understand that. This is going to play a big role in Bitcoin's price appreciation going forward. The ETFs are not going to stop. They will continue to accumulate and inflow billions upon billions upon billions and eat up a large chunk of the circulating supply. All the new Bitcoin waiting to be mined, none of it will be hitting the open market. They will all be going into the ETFs themselves or being held by the miners themselves. None of the new Bitcoins will ever hit any of the retail investors' pockets. None of it. None of it. According to Polymarket, what price will Bitcoin hit in October? Well, if you were betting on this, more than 50%, 60% is saying that we will hit 70,000 by the end of this month. And you could buy that for 61 cents. Hey, that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, I would take that bet. 70,000, considering we're at 67 now, we hit 68,000 yesterday. I would bet within the next 12 days, 13 days, we're going to hit 70,000. That's an easy bet. Easy bet. I would go a bit further and say that we are going to hit 80,000. That's an off chance, but I still think that's in play. But what about breaking all-time high? According to Polymarket, there's a 69% chance we will hit an all-time high in 2024. That's so low. Considering we're only 10% away from all-time high, that's such a low chance. I would figure the yes being at 90+%. So this shows you how many bearish people there are. I can't believe we're like 10% away and only 69%, not even 70% of people out there think we're going to hit all-time high. It should be at like 90 plus, 95% plus should think so. It's staggering to think that 30% of the crypto people out there thinks that we're not going to hit all-time high before the end of this year. That shows you how many people that are still bearish at this point. But not me. I know we will. And I know we will end up a lot higher than 73,000. I think we will end up in six figures before the end of the year. I do honestly believe that. And again, like I said, I think in people's minds, they think we're still like so far off, like we're somehow like in our 40s or 30s or something like that. No, we're 10% away from all-time high. 10%, not like 50%, not like 80% from all-time high. We're 10% away. 10% away from all-time high. That's what people don't understand. Now, I know some people are saying, well, George, like alts are not 10%. Yeah, I know that. But as long as Bitcoin is leading the way, you have no fear. As long as Bitcoin leads the way and leads us to the promised land, alts will follow and we will get altcoin season. So all you have to worry about is Bitcoin. Bitcoin will lead us to the promised land. All right, that's what you need to worry about, right? As long as Bitcoin shatters through its previous high and continues to go into six figures and ends up where we all think it will, $150, $200, $250, $300,000, man, the alts are going to be sky high.